Bull.
Mike.
You want to say sorry first? Do you want to sing
Why do
DJ's
I have to say
song?
sorry?
Do you want to?
Hold on. See,
Wait a second.
Let me
Just
come,
saying.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me come to your aid, Bull.
Yeah, thank you.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this in the media.
Yeah, right.
We gotta stop doing this. If you play like garbage one year,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. If
Exactly.
you come back and ball, I am then going to say that as well.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
He's
Like
100% right.
He played like dog crap last year. He got his life together. He's balling. I'm happy for him because he's helping us win these games. But why would I
What
apologize?
did we say? Did he have to retire? I mean, he's the worst player ever?
I just like busting your chops because now people have turned it into
No, I know you.
watching.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Darius Garland played awesome last night.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Terrific last
Yes, he did. He was the reason they won.
Come call me when he plays great in a playoff game, all right?
See?
night. Well, you won't watch before then, so you won't know if he does or not.
See? This is unbelievable.
Hey,
He did play great.
He's killing it right now.
And this is exciting that they've won 8 in a row here.
I can't believe you sometimes.
Why? That's
Say it. Go back one more time. So you said if they play like garbage,
Yeah.
you supposed to say they play like garbage.
Yeah, what are we supposed to say?
I'm just okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did Darius
all
Garland have to apologize
all
for
I'm
playing
gonna
like crap?
say,
Yeah.
4,500 after a guy that didn't play particularly that well.
See, here's where people get it misconstrued.
Yeah.
I told people that I would sit him after week 4.
Who?
Me. It's documented. I do all kinds
I'm
of
just
videos.
saying. I'm just saying before the season started.
Oh, so that proves my point. If before the season I say, y'all, I think he gonna ball out, he gonna kill it, and then you don't,
But
it's easy.
You and I both used to go to battles with everybody else on this panel over this.
Right.
And they had justifiable arguments.
Yeah, they were proven right in the end. That's the way sports work.
Yeah.
There's only one or two outcomes. Either you prove them right or you prove them wrong.
Yeah. We don't owe apologies to players now that they're playing better.
Y'all sat there and said that he should be traded. All of these things.
Yes, we
Break
did.
it up. It was done.
How do
Yes,
we know
we
if the
did.
Cavs hadn't traded Darius, they wouldn't be even a better team going for this year?
Yes, we did. We said
You
that.
trust them to do that?
No.
All right,
But
then. That's
we-
how I know. That's how I know.
And as soon as players apologize to us when they suck,
McNuggets was right there with him. So I don't know why he acted like that.
Yeah,
But
well, that's true.
you literally.
I never said trade Darius.
Yes, you did.
No, I never in a million years.
Oh, you know
Watch
what?
every
You know
team.
what? You right. You right. What you said was you said that you don't think when it came to something about the Jaylen Brown thing, you was
Yeah.
like, I don't think Darius will ever amount to being a great number 2 or something like that.
I don't think he'll ever be
That's
on
what
the
you
team.
said.
here's the
Game
reality of the situation, that no matter how well they play in the regular season, if they don't get to at least the Eastern Conference Finals this year, we're going to be saying the same things next year.
And that's fair, but we
Yeah.
have months to get there.
Yeah.
They are 8-0. They have tied the best start in
He was
franchise
phenomenal
history.
last
and
night.
last night, Jason,
Yeah.
I was sitting next to Jason for the game.
Lucky you.
I've been to a lot of Cavs games since I moved here,
Yeah.
both as media and as a fan. It is incredible that on a random Monday night in November, 8 games into the season, it had that kind of atmosphere already.
You know what's funny? Mike is like so excited about this. You know, well, I was here for only the second LeBron run. You guys
I
were
was
here
here
for
for the
both
first,
LeBron
yeah.
runs. Like that was that for every game when LeBron was here.
It hasn't been like that since I
Yeah,
was
no.
here.
Well, because they had,
Yeah, like I think the Cavs and the city of Cleveland is a really good basketball city when they good. Like the people show up and it's one of the toughest places to play. The crowd is excellent. They do a good job of staying in it. So I'm not surprised that the crowd is like that.
But the biggest part of it, Mike, is not because they're good. It's because of the winning streak.
Oh, I agree. Yeah,
If they were 6-1 going into last night, it wouldn't have been the same buzz.
100%.
Which is great. 6-1 would have been great. But it's now every game they add to this winning streak.
Did the
And
Thunder,
now you're going to set the franchise
is the
record.
Thunder still undefeated?
Yeah, the Thunder are 7-0.
Thunder.
A couple of things from last night. I wonder if you guys picked up on this. So
Yeah.
they've now played 3 games in 4 nights, 8 games in 13 days to start the season. After the game, they all talked about being exhausted. And
Yeah.
Donovan, in particular, said, I made my first 2 shots, and then I just didn't have my legs. I was off. And down the stretch, he deferred to Darius, who had the most energy of any of the guys on the court. And Darius obviously played terrific down the stretch. Him
Yeah.
and Dame battling and dueling in the fourth quarter was must-see TV. Jason had written an article 2 years ago in Donovan's first season here about Donovan's unwillingness to trust the other guys in big moments, in big spots, how he still felt he had to be the guy if the Cavs were going to reach their peak and their ceiling. And last night he said, I know I'm maturing because I was okay stepping back and letting Darius lead us down the stretch. And it stretches letting Evan be the focal point of the offense. And Jarrett, who doesn't get the offensive touches the other guys do, being the focal point on defense, leading the break. And I think it's pretty cool and pretty telling that this early in the season, Donovan's already like, all right, not my night tonight. You know, I had the game winner on Saturday. Tonight's not my night. It is what it is. I'm going to be the best decoy possible and let the guys who are feeling it lead us to a win. And that's exactly what Darius, Evan, and Jarrett did down the stretch.
That does take a lot of growth.
Yeah.
You know, I think that he, like I said, he's building the trust. Obviously, I like to see that come playoff time, and obviously those guys got to step up and play up to this magnitude in the playoffs as well. But that's just being smart. You basketball is one of those times where you can just tell, like, it's his night. Give him the ball. Just give him the ball. Get out the way. It's not. But I'm not about to stop him from doing this thing. I remember actually recency. It was back when Kevin Durant and Kyrie was playing together on the Nets, and Kyrie was going insane, and Kevin just continued to get the ball and just give it to him and just move out the way. I think he had like 3 shots on the game, and Kyrie just went off. So it is one of those things that you just know. You can feel it. Like that dude hot. Get him the ball, and Donovan did a good job of that. Listen, Donovan knew if it came down, actually it did get kind of sticky. It did get sticky, actually. Now that I see her,
they were down.
They was down.
The third quarter was bad.
Comeback.
Third quarter
because they was up by like 13 going in the half or something like that.
Yeah.
73-60 at half, and they only scored 16 points in the third half. Ended the fourth down.
And then they let the white AJ Green kill him. Like, I was like, this dude. I was like, AJ Green, who's this?
He can hoop.
This dude, I said, man, is it the corner for the Browns, or is it the receiver for the Bengals?
I thought
different AJ.
I actually kind of thought that they was gonna run away with it. Giannis wasn't playing, so I'm like, oh yeah, they.
Didn't happen.
I mean, they don't get me wrong. They started the game off. They was rolling them, and then they let them come back. Then they rolled them again. Then they let them come back, and they found themselves in the fight.
I think more than anything, if the Cavs going to be good, the mentality has to be Donovan didn't let us do nothing. There comes a point in time where you all automatically, and it happens to you, you like, oh, I'm him. Like, I'm him too. Like don't get it twisted. You nice. You doing your thing. You hit a game-winning jumper, but I'm one of them dudes too. And for the Cavs to be anything that they want to be, or beating the Celtics, Evan Mobley, as well as Darius Garland, have to develop the mentality, I'm him too. Like, if you got a dude on me that's a mismatch, I'm going at you immediately. It can't be, Donovan, let us get this off. No, ain't no let.
That's right.
Ain't no let. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing today. That's how we're moving today.
Right, because in a big spot, in like the playoffs, it feels like Donovan's the only one.
Right.
That you trust. But if you
if
you have 3 guys.
You got to develop that.
But you watched the Cavs last year. Donovan was the only person that anybody trusted.
No, I know, but G's saying that if you're going to get where you want to get, it can't just be Donovan.
They have to.
They've been saying for like 2 years if they want to get to where they want to get, then Evan has to be the best player.
So, and by the way, shout out to
the good news is they got like 3 people that can just take over a game at any given moment.
If Evan Mobley gonna get the ball and go down court and dunk on people like that.
Yeah, we used to talk about this, G. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm pulling up the play right now.
By the way, he had a highlight and Jarrett Allen had a highlight. Your bigs, remember before this season I talked about it, I said you have an advantage with your 2 athletic bigs. You guys can run the floor. You need to push the pace. Little did I know that pushing the pace meant that they was going to let Evan Mobley go coast my coast. Look at him. Baby. Oh, baby.
With the left.
How often did we see something like that last year from him?
Never. And this was, by the way, so this was part of a 3-play sequence. Stevie just let this play. The play before this, Craig Porter Jr. set a ball screen for Mobley.
With the left.
Mobley went past his guy, and they switched, dunked on him. Then they come back on defense. Block coast to coast. After the game, Kenny Atkinson said, I tell Evan every day in practice, do more of this. Get a rebound, go.
Yeah.
Find a guard, you take it up. Good things happen when you bring it up. Evan's still not 100% comfortable doing that as frequently as they want, but it's something that you should see more and more on the season. And then the very next play after this, they run a pick and pop. He steps back, hit a three.
Yep.
It was the most beautiful 2-minute sequence we've seen of Evan Mobley's entire career to this point.
And he looked so comfortable. He didn't look uncomfortable taking the ball.
It's why I tell you. I'm trying to tell y'all this, man. Y'all be thinking I be going crazy. This is why coaching matters. You got J.B. Bickerstaff that set this man on a baseline and had him an afterthought. You bring Atkinson in and you say, hey, listen, I'm showing you we need more of this. I don't care if you turn the ball over. I need you to be doing this.
Well, tell him I need one more rebound from him.
Oh, your parlay. He messed your parlay up. I can't, next time go for 6.
Look what it brings back
I did
up.
put 6.
Steve, Michael, can you bring that back up, that last graphic, Mobley stats for the year?
Mobley season stats? Yeah, 1 sec.
Look at these stats. I know obviously it's only 8 games, but
40%.
he's averaging almost 18%. 18 points a game, 18 and 8. With 54% and 40 from 3 with 3 assists. What do you average per game assist before this year?
Like 2.1 in that same area.
Well, you say in that same area.
Well, but I mean, it's 33% increase.
That's
but
more than that.
Well, 2.1 to 2.8.
Oh, all right, fair. Yeah, it's 30.
He's shooting 54.
Right.
I take 54%
He
from the
shooting
floor.
40 from Trey.
Now, the volume still isn't there. They still
Well,
want
he
to
doesn't
shoot
need
more
to be
threes.
there.
No, I agree. But I'm saying
Yeah.
40 points. It's not like Evan Mobley's a 40-point, 3-point shooter. He's minimal volume, but you take it. That's respectable.
But like his coach is saying, it's encouraging people to do certain things that they normally would not do that opens their game up. Like I always go back to it. Like, yeah, Steve Kerr, people talk about Steph Curry. For every person in the world, Steph Curry shoots horrible shots. But Steve Kerr had the insight to say, that's not a bad shot for him. Like,
I don't think there's any such thing as a bad shot for him.
But you know how many coaches would have said, oh, no, we don't want that shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or if LeBron was 6'8" or 6'9", they put him in a post, and they're like, no, he's the point guard. He needs to have the ball. So for me, I just love the fact that you can hear Kenny Atkinson saying those things because what it'll do, it'll pay off down the line. I want him to get comfortable doing that now. So when the playoffs come, I'm still doing that.
Kenny Atkinson, the early favorite for Coach of the Year.
Bottom line, Evan didn't put it on tape. Therefore, we need to see it. We need to see it some more. Like you can't just do it one time.
Teams are going to adjust.
We know you can do it. You just did it. I want to see it again.
I'm excited about the Golden State game on
Friday. It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
What is Steph back?
He's.
Did he mess his ankle up?
They're off to a great start, aren't they? They only have one loss.
Their record right now is 6-1. So right now it's 6-1 versus 8-0. They both play on Wednesday, so they'll have a game before. But it should be another really good contest. One last thing on Darius Garland I want to mention, and Steve, you could run these highlights if you didn't see some of his highlights from last night. He was incredible, but more impressive than the scoring. In the 2 games against the Bucks, he had 19 assists and 2 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is up in the upper echelon. This whole season, his assist to turnover ratio is in the same category as Luka, SGA, and the top point guards in basketball. When he is playing that efficient and shooting as well as he did, he's not going to shoot 7-11 from 3 every game and 15 to 22 from the floor. That's asking too much. But for the most part, if you can get 50% and close to 40% from Garland with the assist to turnover efficiency he's playing with, I don't know why Tag Board keeps freezing in the middle there, but because Social News Desk sucks. It's a disaster. But you can't ask for much more than Darius Garland. And you go back to his entire career, obviously that 51-point performance against the Timberwolves is probably the best game he's ever played. I'd put last night up there right in the same category, that 51-point performance, maybe his second best game he's ever played in the NBA.
He just looks more decisive. Like, he's not dribbling around, ringing around the rosy. He's getting to the lane, floater. He's getting to the lane. Oh, you came up with a floater. I lobbed to Jared Allen.
You know why? The joy is back.
Yeah. The joy's back.
Speaking
right now, they look like a team that could win a championship, don't they?
I agree.
Again, it's way early, and so they have a ton to prove.
Speaking of the joy, the joy is back. Shout out to the Buckeyes, man. They won 1-0. We got us a little Steph Curry on the team. Judy Mobley.
Oh, they won their first game?
Got a clip.
Buckeye basketball?
Yes.
Did you just compare some random dude on the Buckeyes to Steph Curry?
We don't, you know.
All right.
Yeah, that's outrageous. I'm gonna shoot that down. Last thing on the Cavs.
All
I'm gonna
right.
Buckeye basketball.
All right.
Buckeye basketball. He might as well talk field
All
hockey.
right. I'm okay.
Buckeye
last thing on the
soccer?
Cavs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked Kenny after the game. It's like, hey, coach, I know you got much bigger.
I like when Mike calls him Kenny, like they're buddies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kenny likes
I
him.
was talking to
That's
Kenny
why,
after the game.
We got a good start to
ahead.
his tenure here, but I said it's a long season. You have bigger aspirations, but do you guys celebrate little things like tying the franchise record for an 8-0 start? And he looked at the PR guy and goes, "That's the best start in team history." And he's like, "It ties it." He's like, "I didn't even know." That's how singularly focused they are on what's next and not looking at outside distractions. Donovan acknowledged he knew it tied the franchise record yesterday, but I kind of love the fact that they don't care about that whatsoever.
Well,
It's just about
you
putting
just ruined it because you just told.
I mean,
If they lose tomorrow,
Mike's
blame
fault.
Mike.
I didn't ask the first question. Someone asked the first question.
It is 8. Like they have to get to like 19 before it gets trippy and people say
Didn't the Heat do that?
yeah.
No, the Warriors started 23 or 24-0. The
Okay,
Heat won
that's-
26 in a row in the middle of the season.
Okay.
But that wasn't to start. So, also, if you want more Cavs talk, Jason and I are doing an Ultimate Cavs show tonight, either 7 or 7:30. It depends on Jason's
Get
ability
it
to
together,
hop in
will
front
you?
of the camera.
Should know
So,
your time. 8 hours before.
listen, when you're on Jason Lloyd's schedule, you are up in the
You
air.
never know what he's getting up to.